Hello, this is user Wikidakis, and this is the Glam Girl government. Now you might be asking, what the fuck the Glam Girl government is? Well, this is a government only successful to those who are able to pass through the Glitz Girl exam. And basically, it's just like a beauty contest. However, this government is like very unfair and it's giving like dystopian in the sense that it's like very skewed toward the upper class. When you turn 19, you're given the option to serve and take the test. This test would test you on like how photogenic you are, how easily you could like catwalk and strut, and like just how naturally glam you were, and like how well you could pull the bold glamour filter in the society. On passing, you're a socialite, and like your life is easy as fuck, but we'll get into how like being a socialite could suck too later. On failure, you're either like chopped as fuck and you're ugly as fuck, or you're like robbed because the system rigged it against you and it just sucks. You're now a servant for the glam girls, aka the socialites. A little bit into the daily life of the socialite. Just because you survived and like passed the test doesn't mean that you're forever an elite in the glam girl government. Because there are these spotlight bots, and these are bots that will like always be monitoring the society and will put their spotlight on you at any given moment to test your natural ability to serve. These bots are like relentless and ruthless in the sense that they'll do this literally anywhere. Like, girl, you could be taking a shit and then the bot like breaks into your fucking window and puts a spotlight on you, and like that's gross and shady as fuck, but it's just the way it is. The way the government mandates these bots gives very much like favoritism and rigness, because like if you're more like outspoken about the government but you're still an elitist, the bots will like be trying to clock your tea 24/7, and it's to the point where the bots can even like purposely fail you if like the government doesn't like you, and then on failure you'll be sentenced to being a servant. It's giving very much like Mnet Evil editing in that sense. As for the daily life of a servant, if you fail the test or if you're like demoted, you better dig fucking deep, girl, because it sucks. This is the like 99 percentile of the government. So if you're given the role of servant in this government, you better dig fucking deep, because your life will suck. This is basically the like 99% the like rest of society type of role, where basically you're the working class. You're given shitty jobs and you're overlooked when special opportunities come to you, and basically it's giving very much like America. You also don't get paid either. Like, the elitists have their own like currency, whereas our payment is in the form of either having shelter and food, but it's giving like illegalness. When when the socialites are up to their antics, the servants are also forced to aid them, so the socialites can have the best product possible. And it's very much like cartoonishly evil in the sense that if you're being told to do something as a servant from a socialite, then like you have to do it. Here's the little mood board I came up with of what it's like to be a socialite. So first off, we have the goddess herself, Joey King, with bold glamour, and this is basically like the standard. And I don't know how she passed, but it's giving passing. And then moving on, we have the epitome of bold glamour. Like, this diva is basically like, this is the bare minimum of what society expects out of you. And then next, I chose Winter from Espa and Nan from April, because they're just very pretty individuals, and they had like no, they just like passed very easily, which isn't shocking because they're like a gorgeous, gorgeous town. And as for like some examples on what a servant would look like, we have Joey King before she was glammed the fuck out. Like, as you can see, this is just like some random ass TikTok screenshot, but she was like, she's still pretty, but she needed that extra oomph to her, and she realized that via bold glamour. Next up, we have this chop ass hoe named Tarzan from All Night Project, and I don't even need to explain why he's a servant, but like just the concept of him thinking he ate, walking into that exam, and it's like, bitch, I serve. And we're like, no, the fuck you don't. Like, get out, get a restraining order from the site. And it's just like, girl. Like, anyways, next up we have Chop Ho from Kiss of Life. I don't know her name, but like, this entire live was such a mess and it was giving servant energy. Like, mind you, she walked into that studio hand in hand with Tarzan and was like, bitch, we're ready to serve. And we were like, no, the fuck you aren't. So, yeah, she was cut and she's a servant. And finally, this is like ultimate servant tier, is the Joey King Glambot. Like, this Glambot is shown during the test and is like, what did she do wrong? And you have to list everything in a 5 sentence format. And it's like, there's just so much wrong, but like, it's it's giving. I had to be a chop ho in order to be cunty cunty, like cunty cunty cunty, like, yeah, that's the vibes. And here is a lovely point of view from my friend Azrael as a socialite member.
I think it's crazy that people think that being a socialite isn't hard. Hello, it's not hard for you to be ugly, but it's hard to be this pretty. Like, hello, you are so ugly that you look like a troll. But hello, me, oh, come on. I'm the prettiest girl in glam girl government. So, like, why should I suffer for these stupid ass servants? Hello? Anyways, as a socialite, I honestly, it feels very good because, like, hello, I'm so pretty, and everybody knows that I'm pretty. And of course, but honestly, sometimes, like, these fucking, like, governments saying, like, oh, we have to check that if you're still pretty. Like, what the fuck? Hello, I'm always pretty. Like, why am I being judged by, oh, am I still pretty, or oh, I should I got demoted to fucking servants? Like, ew, fuck you. Anyways, but like, honestly, it's just so demeaning because like, why should I be someone who has to be pretty all the time? Like, hello, being ugly is like 10 times way more easier than being pretty. Like, look at those servants. Like, those servants don't care what their looks. Like, ew. So, like, I just want to be where I could be pretty and I don't need to be judged at because I have to be pretty all the time. Like, everybody cannot be consistent. Like, hello? Do you think grandmas are pretty? Hello? You stupid ass fucking government? Like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. Like, it's so stupid. Like, what the hell? Like, fuck you, government.
And here is a lovely point of view from my friend Annika as a servant.
My whole life I've been perfecting my strut. All I ever wanted was to be part of the glam girl government. When I turned 18, I was so excited. They told me, serve and take the test. I wasn't successful enough. I couldn't pass it. They said I look too unique. I'm too chopped. And I'm a servant now. Life is so horrible. I'm a working class. I have a shitty job. I have no special opportunities. All I get is shelter and food. I'm forced to help socialites no matter what they do. I have to help them have the best product possible. I can't dig. I only have so much left in me. Should I just kill myself?
And I went the extra mile to write a little story of these two divas rebelling against the government. So this is the rebellion. Our main characters are Jaya of Banana Girls and Gain of Banana Girls. Jaya was given the task of serving at the age of 19. And even though she's like pretty down, the government was like, no, we fucking hate you and we want you to fucking die. So she was put into servant society. As for Jaya, she passed with ease, but I think that's just because she has like a very conventionally attractive face. Jaya is tasked with being Gain's assistant, and like Gain is able to like break her walls down and like not be like this like picture perfect member of society for Jaya, and eventually they get close and realize that they like each other. Like, yes, this is my Yuri propaganda. However, the glam girl government doesn't approve of a socialite falling in love with a servant, so like their love must be kept a secret. However, one day there was a slip up between Jaya and Gain that caused their love to be exposed, and this is like giving doomed Yuri down, and it sucks. Jaya is punished immediately. She is separated from Gain and is punished to life in jail because you really can't like intermingle with in like the classes like that. Although nothing about Gain is done immediately, the spotlight bots get more intense on her to the point where she gets rigged out of her status as a socialite and is tasked with being a servant. However, like always, the power of music and love and friendship saves the day. Because in her imprisonment, Jaya sings a cunty cunty beautiful ass motivational song to the other prison mates and they start a riot. At the same time, Gain is like trying to like break into this prison and like save her like GF because they love each other like that. And she also starts to destroy the spotlight bots and it's giving very much rebellious and like she's also going to be like punished to death. These acts of extreme confidence, however, from the both of them sort of like break the bot filter because it wasn't looks, it was confidence. And displaying extreme levels of confidence would like basically break society and that's how like we get out of this dystopian hell. Here are the lyrical connections I made. You could just pause to read these because yeah. As for my inspo for this, I was very inspired by the Joey King Uglies meme where she gets bold glamour put on her face and that just really resonated with me and this project in general. I was also inspired by this one like webtoon anime thing that I watched on YouTube with like the AI voices like a couple of years ago and I was like, oh my god, I'm living for this. And it's like kind of like stuck in my head but I couldn't find it, so you're gonna have to take my word on it. And also just like dystopian medias in general, like the Hunger Games is dystopian and like the capital and stuff, and Scythe is like dystopian in the sense that like nobody dies and like you're yeah, but like if you get it you get it. I was also inspired like story wise by my friends who write lore for like their own music games and the names are listed down below, but they're really fun and tea, so yeah. And as for my final plea, Javier, girl, please, please let me survive this round. Like, I wouldn't be going to this level of, like, effort if I didn't care. So, hopefully, this is enough to make me squeeze by because I know I'm getting penalized. And I know they're gonna, like, save the, like, flop ass bitch. And it just sucks, but I'm digging fucking deep. A brown-eyed girl's a limb would only fuel Trump's America, and it's giving spiritually Israeli. And we really don't want to promote that propaganda. So please save me. Thank you.